3 months.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I mean, you know, I've known you longer, you know, and Peter and Jonathan and Courtney, but in the area we've only been here 3 months. These aren't about graveyards. These are about, well, you know, Ukraine right now. And I wrote about a graveyard in Ukraine. This is a poet who, her name is Irina Ivanchenko. So she's won international prizes. She's written 6 books of poetry in Russian. So I'm going to read one of her poems that she wrote in Russian that I translated. And then she also writes in Ukrainian, and these days I think more and more. She's right now in I think Erfurt, Germany. She's a child with some disability, and she's a refugee. She's from Kiev. But she's still writing poetry on mostly like publishing it on Facebook, and I got to know her from a Russian-speaking poet, and from who now lives in Boston, who's my friend, and she had met her at one of these international festivals. So I'll read the Russian first, and then I'll read the translation, and then I'll do the Ukrainian one. Жизнь долговечней, чем война. Когда закончится вода, погаснет свет, падут морозы, остынет твердь, но и тогда мы не опустимся до прозы. Еще не выросла трава, над нами жесткая, сухая, пока не кончились слова, мы будем говорить стихами. О тех, кто здесь и там, о том, что мы едины и любимы. За Бугом, Ворсклой и Днепром, Варшавой, Прагою и Римом. Когда закончатся слова, мы будем говорить по птичьи о том, что Родина жива в одной всемирной перекличке. Жизнь долговечнее, чем война, прочнее, и нет ее святые. Мы дети, и пока она жива, мы не осиротеем. So it's called Life's More Enduring Than War. When the water runs out, light fades, frost falls, and the firmament freezes over, we won't stoop to prose. The grass is dry and stiff. The grass is dry and stiff, have not yet grown above us. Until the words run out, we'll speak in verses of those who are far and near, and say that we're one and loved. Above the Bug, the Vorskla, the Dnieper, in Warsaw, Rome, and Prague. When all the words run out, in bird language, we'll proclaim, in one universal roll call, our homeland is alive. Life's more enduring than war, long-lasting, sacrosanct. We're all her children, and while she lives, we won't be orphaned. And so that was, thank you. That was, I published that one in Asymptote, the Journal of Translation. This one is, in Ukrainian, is being published in this poetry festival in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And they're like putting poems in stores. It's something cool. It seems like you would be into.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I don't know if that. It seems like something that would happen in Troy.
Yeah.
Poetry is spelled poetry, Poetre. It's it's fun. So
Nice.
and this one's Ukrainian, and that first one was very like triumphant. Even though it's it's Ukrainian being triumphant, but I feel like that fits more with Russian being this dominating hegemonic language. We can talk about that a lot. Whereas Ukrainian, this one is not as triumphant, we could say. But I think I like Ukrainian a little bit, even though I had to look up this morning all the accents to make sure I got them right, because I didn't want to So, це ще ми на очах немовлят, серед містям, знайомим з дитинства, наче стадо жертовних телят, полонених женут піхотинців. Це мара, це наснилось, це яв, де погонець штовхає у спину. В небесах відбиваюсь не я, а ціліла моя половина. Це ще я, цей полин, запах звіра, невірства і тухи. Я підвожусь з пробитих колін і спираюсь на вбитого друга. Він ніде, він зі мною, за ним сивий янкол в імлі світанковий. Пахне смаленим, пересувний, цілу ніч працював крематорій. Дощ паде на безхлібні поля, чи то плаче над ним причиста. Це про нас у сусідських краях в телевізорі кажуть нацисти. You can probably hear a lot of the words that, are Celts, and it's just a very different language. It's a very different language. There's a whole culture word. Okay, this is still us. I'll read the translation. This is still us. This is still us in the eyes of babes, through city centers familiar since youth, driven to slaughter the same as calves, the columns of captive ground troops. This is a nightmare, this is a dream, this is real, where the guard shoves you from behind. In the heavens, it's not I who repels, it's only my other half that survived. This is bondage, this is bitter, this is still me, the smell of anguish of a beast of disbelief. I'm rising up from hobbled knees, I'm leaning on a murdered friend for relief. He's not leaving, he's with me. A bit above him, a gray-haired angel in the misty dawn. It smells singed, the mobile crematorium worked non-stop the whole night long. Rain is falling on fields unsown, or is it the Holy Virgin who weeps? In neighboring lands they show us on TV and they say, Nazis. Wow.